Hello children, today we will learn the topic called double fertilization in flowering plants. As you know that there are three events in sexual reproduction of flowering plants. The first is pre-fertilization and then comes fertilization and then the third step is post-fertilization. So we are now studying about the second step, double fertilization. The fertilization in flowering plants is called double because there are two types of fusions taking place. That's why it's called double fertilization. So we will take a look into the process. Fertilization of gametes occurs within the pistil. So pistil has got ovule and the ovule has got embryo sac inside and the embryo sac has got egg within it. The other two cells besides the egg are called as synergids. Now when the pollen grain is released and pollen grain comes and lands on the stigma, the pollen grain will germinate. If the pistil accepts the pollen grain, it will germinate. And the pollen tube will be allowed to grow through the style of the pistil. As the pollen tube grows, the contents which are there inside the pollen grain also grows into the pollen tube. So the pollen tube will have two male gametes. So pollen tube carrying two male gametes will be guided towards the egg. This guidance is given by filiform apparatus present on synergids. So there will be two male gametes inside the pollen tube. And in the embryo sac there is another cell which is called as central cell. The central cell will have two polar nuclei. One of the male gametes will fuse with the egg. One of the male gametes will fuse with the egg. This fusion is called syngamy and it will lead to the production of zygote. The second male gamete will further enter into the embryo sac and fuse with the two polar nuclei present inside the central cell. This leads to the formation of primary endosperm cell containing primary endosperm nucleus. And the ploidy of the primary endosperm nucleus will be triploid. Why it is triploid? triploid, triploid. Why? Because it is a result of fusion of three nuclei. Nuclei from male gamete and the two nuclei present in the central cell. So there are two types of fusion. The first fusion is called syngamy. Syngamy means fusion of male gamete with egg to form zygote which is diploid. So that is the first fertilization, syngamy. Syngamy is a fusion of male gamete with egg to form zygote. The second fusion is called triple fusion. Triple fusion means the second male gamete fuses with two polar nuclei of central cell. So this fusion is called triple fusion. Why? Because there are three nuclei fusing with each other. One is the nucleus of the male gamete and the two polar nuclei of central cell. The triple fusion results in the formation of primary endosperm cell. Primary endosperm cell will be filled with food reserves and they will help in the development of the zygote to form embryo. So, always the endosperm formation starts first. After that, only the embryo development succeeds. So, there is a statement in textbook, endosperm development precedes embryo development. So, double fertilization means there are two fertilization in flowering plants. One is fusion of male gamete with egg to form zygote, to form diploid zygote. This fusion is called syngamy. The second fusion is called triple fusion. The second male gamete, which is present in the pollen tube, will enter into the embryo sac and fuse with the two polar nuclei present within the central cell, resulting in the formation of a primary endosperm cell. The primary endosperm cells ploidy will be triploid because it is a result of fusion of three nuclei, and so the term says triple fusion. So, that is about double fertilization.